Sangakkara, really clever shot. Hero maximum, but that possibly doesn't do that shot justice because he gave himself room, tucked it round the corner.
Danny, that's not a good sight for a fast bowler.
No, but the other thing you notice about that, and I'm sure we'll show another replay, which I love the reverse end on, was that Shane Watson actually bowled a bit of a cutter. It was definitely a change of pace. And you look at Sangakkara, the way he gets inside this from the other angle, and actually, here we go, just you see, he rolled his hands down. There's another replay coming. There. And look how much he's got outside the line of off stump and done this. I mean, that is an extraordinary stroke. And again, it just underlines the modern game, T20. Yes, it's a little bit premeditated, but it's also what Mood is on about. He's another great player. And you notice how still his head is, Sangers, when he moves across the crease to execute that. And just in a way, it's just a little flick. He's not trying to hit it really hard. He just knows that the field's up, changing the field. I'm just going to step inside, love, on the dance floor. Yeah, boom.
Yeah, I mean, just to pick up that length so early, Tom, and as well as the pace is just, I mean, that's special skills.
Well, he's in the same category as A.B. de Villiers. You know, he's one of the game's greats. You know, players like Kumar Sangakkara don't come along that often. What I found interesting about that shot was that I do know a little bit history of Sangakkara, and he was a very good tennis player. And you can see there's a little bit of tennis in that shot with a double. It's nearly like a double hand backhand shot down across court. And it's a lot of great players. Steve Smith's another one that comes from a tennis background. You know, the cross-pollination of other sports that they've played throughout their junior career, at some stage you see glimpses of it, you know, in the career that they've forged. In this case, Kumar Sangakkara as the batsman. So, you know, it's clever hands, clever positioning. Again, that balance is really important. Gets into position. His head's nice and still, and all he needs to do, and he knows that, is just making sure he stays in control of the shot, not looking to do anything more but to beat the short fine leg.
So you spent so much time, you know, in Sri Lanka. You must have seen him grow, mature, develop as a player, you know, with the 20 over format. I mean, was there a lot of pressure on him to become this? Because I remember watching his ODI career, and he scored his first century after, I don't know, 50 or 60 matches. Then, of course, he went on to score a ginormous load after. But was there a lot of pressure for him to pivot into becoming relevant in the T20 game format?
I think Kumar Sangakkara, like a lot of players that era, were at the age where they had an established international career before T20 came along and before it became relevant. So he, like the rest, had to make those adjustments to adapt to be an effective T20 player, which he managed to do. And he's a pretty good package because obviously his skill behind the stumps. So you've got a pure top order player that you would call more an anchor type player, and a very efficient keeper. I don't think he felt pressure because I always felt that Kumar Sangakkara sort of, I suppose, hung his hat on Test cricket and the relevance of Test cricket, and you know, his career in Test cricket would reflect that it's something that he should be very, very proud of.
Indeed. We have a viewer question, and I'll come to you, Danny, first. The question is from Ankita, that what would be Roger Federer's favorite cricket shot? If these gentlemen played double-handed backhands or Sangakkara did, what do you reckon Roger Federer's favorite cricket shot would be?
The graceful art that is Roger Federer, and you hear it so often over tennis commentary, that he is. He's poetry, isn't he? Emotion. I think maybe one of those late dabs, those beautiful controlled late dabs, and just roll the wrist over it and put it between two guys that were positioned there and just laugh and go, "That's 4 more, gentlemen. Thank you."
Tom, what do you reckon?
That's a pretty good. I was actually thinking that the straight hit straight over the umpire's hit, one bounce into the sight screen. It would be the dismissive Federer, which we've seen him on the tennis court dismiss his opponents, so often. So from a bowling perspective, there's probably no more intimidating shot than when you get drilled down the ground straight over your head for 4 or 6.
So you reckon, given his beautiful one-handed backhand, maybe a one-handed straight drive just back over the bowler?
Or a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?